Hey guys, good to see you again. We're going to continue our lesson on classifying rational numbers, except this time we're actually going to talk about the numbers and the different classifications. The most basic or the smallest subgroup of rational numbers are natural or counting numbers. And I'm going to write that down right here, natural or counting. Okay, you can do this in your head, but imagine putting your hand up like you're going to count. So when you're going to count, what do you start with? 1. That's a counting number. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. I don't say 1.5. I don't say -1. I don't say 0. These are counting and natural numbers. So I'm going to write that down here. Starts at 1, 2, 3, and it keeps on going. So they're all whole numbers. They're all positive. I use the word whole numbers, but probably improperly for what we're doing next, because our next category is called whole numbers. Okay, whole numbers are just like natural and counting numbers, but they include 0. That's the big thing you have to remember. They include 0. So starting with 0, I'm going to start counting and on and on and on and on. So that's whole numbers. The next category of numbers is integers. Now, when you were in elementary school and your teacher started to teach you about negative numbers, she would always say integers. But actually, integers are all positive and negative whole numbers. So I'm going to write the word integer if I can. Sometimes my pen does weird things. Here we go. Integers. So it's like -2, -1. It includes 0 and then 1, 2, on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so there's my negative. Those are my integers, negative and positive whole numbers. So if a teacher is talking about integers and she says -1.5, -1.5 is not an integer because it is not a whole number, which leads us to our final group that you will be learning about this year. Rational numbers. Rational numbers include all of the positive and negative whole numbers. It includes 0, but it also includes all those partial numbers, so all those fractions or decimals. So I'm going to add a decimal, and I'm going to add a fraction. Now, in my next video, I'll talk to you about some of the stranger rational numbers so that you are able to classify them properly. I hope you learned something from this. Feel free to look back at this video as you're working on your assignments, and I'll see you later.